The screen flickered for just 3 seconds. 3. That was all it took to send shockwaves through the internet. Late one quiet night, a grainy hospital clip surfaced in an obscure corner of social media, shaky, partially muted, and allegedly pulled from a private medical ward. At first glance, it looked ordinary, until viewers realized who was lying in that hospital bed. The name spread like wildfire. Yu Menglong. Suddenly, timelines exploded. Fans froze mid-scroll. Comment sections flooded faster than moderators could keep up. Because if the rumors were true, if this was really confidential hospital footage, then everything people thought they knew about the final days leading up to September the 11th, 2025, might need to be reconsidered. And in this video, you're going to get the full breakdown. We're diving deep into what the alleged hospital leak actually shows, why insiders believe the clip may have been accidentally released by medical staff, what details fans are obsessing over frame by frame, and most importantly, what is fact, what is speculation, and what still doesn't add up. Stay with me, because the deeper we go, the more unsettling the timeline becomes. The moment the clip appeared online, it didn't look like something meant for public eyes. No dramatic camera angles. No polished lighting. Just the cold, clinical stillness of a hospital room. The timestamp in the corner, though partially blurred, suggested the footage was recorded in the days leading up to the tragic events of September 11th, 2025. And that's where the tension began. In the short segment circulating online, a figure believed to be Yu Menglong is seen resting in a hospital bed, monitors quietly blinking beside him. The room appears calm, controlled, routine. But viewers immediately noticed something unusual. Not what was happening. What wasn't. No visible panic. No emergency rush. No obvious signs of distress in the few seconds shown. For many fans, this raised immediate questions. If the timeline surrounding his final days was as serious as later reports suggested, why did this moment look so still? Within hours, speculation spiraled. Some claimed the footage proved he had been recovering. Others warned the clip was too short to mean anything definitive. And a growing number of voices urged caution, reminding everyone of one critical fact: the authenticity of the video has not been officially verified. That distinction matters more than anything else in this unfolding story. Because in the digital age, context can disappear faster than truth. According to online chatter, the alleged leak may have originated from a hospital staff member's private device, possibly shared unintentionally in a small group before spreading far beyond its original circle. If true, that would explain the raw, unedited feel of the footage. But again, and this is important, no medical institution has publicly confirmed the source. Still, internet investigators did what they always do. They zoomed, enhanced, stabilized. Frame by frame, the clip was dissected like a puzzle. One detail that caught attention was the positioning of the bedside monitor. Some viewers claimed the rhythm looked steady. Others argued the resolution was too poor to draw any real conclusions. Another moment fueling discussion was a brief shadow crossing the edge of the frame, possibly a staff member moving through the room. Or possibly just a trick of lighting. In situations like this, the human brain tends to fill in gaps, especially when emotions are already running high. What makes this case particularly sensitive is the timing. Since the tragic loss of Yu Menglong on September 11, 2025, fans have been searching for anything that might help them better understand his final days. Grief has a way of turning even the smallest fragment of information into something deeply significant. And this clip, real or not, arrived at the exact moment emotions were already at their peak. Medical privacy experts who weighed in online pointed out something crucial. Even if the footage is authentic, short clips without full medical context can easily be misunderstood by the public. Hospital environments often look calm even during serious situations. Monitors can appear stable moments before conditions change. And brief recordings rarely tell the full story of what medical teams are actually managing behind the scenes. This perspective helped cool some of the more extreme theories. But not all of them. Because the internet moves on emotion as much as evidence. Another layer of mystery emerged when users began comparing the room layout in the clip with publicly available images of private hospital suites often used by high-profile patients. Some similarities were noted. But again, nothing officially confirmed. And that word keeps returning. Unconfirmed. Because despite the viral spread, despite the emotional reaction, despite the endless analysis, there is still no official verification that the leaked footage shows Yu Menglong. No hospital has claimed responsibility. No representative has authenticated the clip. What we are witnessing right now is a digital wildfire fueled by timing, grief, and unanswered questions. And yet, the emotional impact is undeniable. For many fans, seeing even the possibility of his final hospital moments, real or not, reopened wounds that had barely begun to heal. Comment sections filled with heartbreak. With confusion. With quiet messages simply saying, "We still miss him." That may be the most powerful part of this entire situation. Because beyond the rumors, beyond the speculation, beyond the forensic debates, this moment revealed something deeply human. People are still searching for closure. Still trying to understand how someone who appeared calm, private, and gentle could be gone so suddenly after September 11, 2025. Whether this alleged leak brings answers or only more questions remains to be seen. What is clear is that the story of Yu Menglong continues to unfold in ways no one expected. And sometimes, the most haunting mysteries aren't the ones with loud explosions or dramatic reveals. They're the quiet clips. The 3-second flickers. The moments that almost, but not quite, explain everything. Now I want to hear from you. Do you think the hospital video is authentic, or could it be another case of internet misinterpretation? Should private medical moments ever surface online, even by accident? And what questions about Yu Menglong's final days still weigh on your mind the most? The clip was only a few seconds long, but the silence inside it was deafening. Within hours of the alleged hospital footage surfacing, the internet didn't just react, it dissected. Every pixel, every shadow, every faint movement inside that quiet medical room became the center of intense scrutiny. And the more people watched, the more questions seemed to multiply. Because here's what made part one of this mystery so unsettling. Nothing in the clip looked dramatic. No chaos. No rushing staff. No visible emergency. Just stillness. And sometimes, stillness is exactly what makes people the most uncomfortable. As fans revisited the short video again and again, many began to focus on the atmosphere of the room itself. The lighting appeared soft but clinical. The machines near the bedside blinked with steady rhythm. The figure believed to be Yu Menglong lay motionless but not visibly distressed in the brief moment shown. That tiny window of calm created a powerful emotional contradiction. Because after the tragic news of September 11, 2025, many people expected that his final days must have been filled with visible urgency or obvious medical struggle. But the clip, if authentic, painted a very different picture. And that's exactly why it went viral. Digital analysts across fan communities began slowing the footage down frame by frame. Some enhanced the brightness. Others stabilized the camera shake. A few even attempted AI sharpening, trying to pull more detail from the grainy recording. What they found wasn't explosive, but it was enough to keep the conversation alive. One of the most discussed details was the positioning of the bedside monitor. From the blurry visuals, the displayed rhythm appeared relatively steady during the few seconds visible. Now, medical professionals online quickly reminded viewers of something important. Short glimpses of monitor activity cannot tell the full story of a patient's condition. Hospital environments are complex. Conditions can change rapidly, and what looks stable in one moment may not reflect what happened before or after the clip. Still, that didn't stop the speculation engine. Another moment that drew intense attention was a faint movement near the doorway, what appears to be a shadow briefly crossing the edge of the frame. Some viewers believe it was simply a nurse or staff member walking past. Others think it may indicate the footage was recorded discreetly, possibly without full authorization. But again, there is no verified confirmation of who recorded the clip or how it was released. And this is where the emotional weight of part one really begins to deepen. Because beyond the technical analysis, Something more human was happening in real time. Fans weren't just studying the video. They were searching it. Searching for comfort. Searching for answers. Searching for some kind of emotional closure that official statements hadn't fully provided. In the days following the clip's spread, longtime followers of Yu Menglong began sharing older interviews and behind-the-scenes moments that showed his well-known calm demeanor. Many pointed out that even during stressful filming periods, he often appeared composed and soft-spoken. This context added another layer to the debate. Was the calmness in the hospital clip unusual? Or was it exactly who he always was? That question divided viewers more than any visual detail in the footage. Meanwhile, privacy advocates raised serious concerns about how the clip may have surfaced. If the footage truly originated from a hospital environment, its release, accidental or not, would represent a significant breach of medical confidentiality. Several online commentators emphasized that even public figures are entitled to full medical privacy, especially during vulnerable moments in a hospital setting. This shifted the tone of the conversation. What began as curiosity slowly evolved into a more complicated emotional discussion. Not just what the video showed, but whether it should have surfaced at all. And that's when another subtle detail began circulating in fan discussions. The timestamp. Though partially blurred, some viewers believe the visible digits suggest the footage was recorded very close to the timeline leading up to September 11, 2025. Others argue the quality is far too low to draw reliable conclusions. But the mere possibility added fuel to an already sensitive situation. Because timing, in cases like this, changes everything. If authentic, the clip could represent one of the last known visual moments of Yu Menglong before the tragic events that followed. If misinterpreted, it could be another example of how fragmented information can create powerful but misleading narratives online. And right now, the truth sits uncomfortably between those two possibilities. What makes this Part 1 development so gripping for viewers isn't dramatic action. It's the unanswered tension. The quiet uncertainty. The feeling that something important might be hidden just outside the frame. Even media analysts have noted that the human brain is naturally drawn to incomplete stories. When viewers are given only a partial glimpse, especially during emotionally charged situations, the mind instinctively tries to fill in the missing pieces. Sometimes accurately, sometimes not. That psychological pull is exactly why this alleged hospital clip continues to circulate weeks after its first appearance. Because it doesn't provide closure. It creates questions. And questions keep people watching. As of now, no official medical authority has authenticated the footage. No verified statement has confirmed its origin. And no full-length version of the video has publicly surfaced to provide broader context. Which leaves us exactly where this mystery began. With a few quiet seconds. A grainy hospital room. And a global audience still trying to understand what those moments truly meant in the days leading up to September 11, 2025. But one thing is undeniable. The legacy of Yu Menglong continues to move people in powerful ways, not just through his work, but through the emotional questions that still surround his final chapter. And sometimes, the most haunting stories aren't the loud ones. They're the quiet ones that refuse to fully explain themselves. Now I want to hear from you. After watching this deeper breakdown of Part 1, what do you think the hospital clip really shows? Do you believe the calm atmosphere means anything significant, or are people reading too much into a very short moment? And most importantly, should private hospital footage ever be circulating online, even if it appears by accident? Drop your honest thoughts in the comments below. I'm reading everything. If this continuation pulled you deeper into the mystery, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel for more powerful and emotional deep dives. And stay tuned, because this story may not be finished yet.